Well, welcome everybody. I'm Christina, and today we are having a great sit-down conversation with our expert agent and sales manager, Jessica Steven. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, hi Christina. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, well, we are so glad to be able to chat with you. We get a lot of questions from sellers and buyers asking us about the market and what things are doing. And so what we'd love to do today is invite you to share your expertise with us. And we'll start off with a few questions here to say, hey, are these rumors right? Or what is the media saying versus the market versus what we're actually seeing in person? So excited to learn from you today.
Great, thank you.
All right, so what are you seeing in the current market?
So what we're seeing right now is lots of movement and constant shifting with whether it be changes in interest rates, which I know is always a hot topic, or availability of homes, what pricing looks like, and really what we do on the Kirby and Christina team is share our experiences with other agents on the team because we want to understand whether what we're hearing and seeing is trend or an anomaly. And so being able to have our pulse on the ability to know what trends are occurring allow us to really be able to give the best expertise and advice to our clients.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So tell us a little bit more. You mentioned about shifting market, or shifting, like, it's not like it's cataclysmically shifting, maybe like back when the pandemic happened.
Right.
So talk to us a little bit more about that. Is it like micro shifts or sometimes 1 week or seasonality or the moment of it? Or
Yeah, so I think one of our roles as expert agents is to really be able to have a pulse on what is occurring in the marketplace. And even if those shifts are tiny, usually we're able to then be able to see trends before they occur more broadly in the market. Yep. And so what that affords us the ability to do is be experts, get ahead of the trends so that we can provide the best outcome and service to our clients as possible. So small shifts that then build up, and you hear about them on the news later, but we're sometimes having experienced those on a smaller scale for a period of time ahead of.
And ahead of what the market does.
You got it.
Because I've noticed, right, as sales managers, we look at what the market is doing before everyone hears about it, and we say, this is the time to get our buyers writing, how many price reductions happened last week in our market?
Yeah, almost 1,300.
Almost 1,300. So that's pretty amazing. And our buyers know about that from our agents, and boom, they can make a move on it before others realize, hey, there's enough space now for an adjustment to happen. So the next question that we have for you that is very common is now a good time to sell and buy, right? There's a lot of people saying a lot of things out there. So what's your expert opinion?
Yes is my answer to both, but here's why. Now is a great time to sell, and here's some reasons why. We continue in the Twin Cities market to see a lack of inventory compared to buyer demand. So the 3-month average for the number of homes for sale is down over 4% from the same time last year. So what that means is with the decrease now in July well into the double digits, in most areas, competition for sellers is much lower, which means ultimately you're going to be able to sell your home reasonably quickly and at the terms that you prefer as the seller.
Yeah, because less competition for a seller means more buyers.
That's right.
So that's great.
Right. And for buyers, on the other hand, even with this continued lack of inventory, we are getting buyers into new homes of their choice because we've got great strategies and tactics. And like I talked about before with the shifting, we kind of are seeing those little shifts as they occur, little pockets of markets that might be advantageous. Almost 1,300 price reductions last week. Right. There's opportunity there for us to be able to negotiate really great terms for our buyers on that side. So really it comes down to strategy and really finding the right pockets that can create benefit for all of our clients.
And it's really trending actually towards a healthier market, right? Because I think back to 3 years ago, today pretty much, could a buyer make an offer contingent on the sale of their home 3 years ago?
No, absolutely not.
Pretty much unheard of, like almost miraculous. Yep. And a buyer getting closing costs paid for by the seller or a rate buy down, not that it was necessary when they were so low, but were those even an option? Hardly.
Not much.
Not much. So what are you seeing now with those? A little more of the shifting?
Yeah, a little bit more of the shifting and inspections too. We heard a lot of noise a couple years ago about waiving inspections and buyers not being able to do inspections. And even with the lack of inventory and sellers getting great prices for their homes, we are seeing a move in generally with offers, including inspections for buyers, which really is just quite honestly healthier for the overall market and the investments that those people are making. So that's hard to see on the seller side, but nice on the buyer side. But we've got tools and tactics to make that work for everyone.
Jess, here's another question. What kind of offers are we seeing accepted in today's market?
So we are still seeing a wide range of offers get accepted in the market right now, but certainly some shifts that we are seeing, for example, lender pre-approval letters, those continue to be a must. That has not changed. That is a constant that I think is here to stay.
And it protects both sellers and buyers, right?
Absolutely.
What a waste of time if a buyer can't follow through.
Agreed. Nobody wants that. However, we are seeing more offers with inspections being accepted, even in multiple offer situations, which is a shift from what we've been seeing, which we talked about. And then the key is working with an expert agent that knows kind of the situation specific to that area and that situation, so that they can provide you with the best advice on what terms are going to be able to be competitive, that support you and advocate for you, but get the deal done.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely very important. I have noticed in the market since, the recent market, when sellers are pricing correctly, they're still getting 25 showings and multiple offers. And yet some neighbors think might think their home is similar to that one, or presume what that one could have sold for, and then they're pricing over here, and then those homes are staying, and those are the ones taking price reduction. So just curious, what would it be some advice you would tell the sellers in this market as they look at preparing? Obviously, you want to maximize the top dollar, but most people don't want to be the kind that sit in the market for a long time taking price reduction. So,
which you and I both know, if something sits for a while, you're probably not going to get top dollar at the end of the day. But what's really important is to work with an expert. Work with an expert. Work with somebody that is going to partner with you, that is going to be really dig into the details, like understand the market with data and give you really great advice, because all things are not equal. And so I think it's really important to have a foundation of facts that are driven on all of the knowledge and expertise that we have, so that we can provide you with the best advice to give you the outcome that you desire. Everybody has different motivations as sellers, and we really want to understand what those are, so that we can provide you with the best advice and get you the outcome that you want.
Absolutely. So here's another question. What would you say are the best tips you can give someone who's looking to sell in this market? We touched a little bit on it. Okay, if you want to get that top dollar, what is some of the advice I've heard a lot over the years is, hey, you want to win the price war in the beauty pageant, meaning the staging, right, and price correctly, which we were touching on. But what would you say is some of the advice you'd say generally or more specifically?
So I would say that less is more. And that's something that I feel like I talk about a lot in my conversations with my sellers, because it feels very sparse when we make our recommendations for staging, but how that translates to buyers, not only in all of our marketing material, whether it's printed photos, whether it's videos, is it just makes the space open up, and it allows you to really focus on the features that are really key to what we want to communicate to our buyers. And that gives your home more value to people coming in and seeing it. So I think that's a big one, is less is more. And, be honest and transparent with your agent and have a good communication, because I think that's another huge part that builds success for everyone. I have to know as the agent what is important to you. I'm going to be transparent to you about the facts that are creating a foundation for what the recommendations are. Ultimately, it's your decision as the seller what you want to do. My job is to guide you to the best, to put you in a position for the best outcome.
Well, and I'll piggyback on your less is more, but Kirby and I are personally moving, and with 4 kids who play a lot, we knew that we had to do some significant staging, and we did. We emptied out about half the house, staged it correctly, did the touch-ups with paint and things like that, and it was actually a lot of work to get that ready. But now we're a week from moving, and I don't even have to pack hardly anything. It's like those final things will go in the bins quick to get moved into the next one, because it's what we use all the time. And I feel like my stress actually is so much lower. So that's my pitch to our sellers. Less is more, and the more you do it early on, it actually makes it a lot easier for you when it's go time then. So here's another question that we get asked a lot. Like, what benefit do sellers get when they work with the Kirby and Christina team versus an average agent or somebody else?
Expertise, Christina, and I can't stress that enough. And I know we keep talking about it, but working with people who truly understand the market, who truly are going to take the time to explain it to you, to be invested in what you care about as a seller and what's important to you. We truly care and we're bringing the expertise with that. So it becomes a great relationship. A lot of times we end up, creating relationships with the people that we work with that last for years and years forever. And it's super fun to know that, we get to work with really awesome people. We're invested in a personal way about really caring about what the outcome is.
Yep.
We're not just thinking of it like a transaction. That's not part of our core values on our team.
Yep.
And I think you can see that and feel that in all of the conversations we have and the time that we take, and the way that we go about things, because it really is always focused on creating the best outcome for our clients and really serving them in all the ways that we can to help it be a truly worry-free process as much as possible. The worst part is the packing and getting ready.
And worth it.
and getting ready. And from there, the goal is to make it as smooth and seamless as possible for our clients.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we got the Google reviews from our clients, they consistently will mention why they choose to work with our team, right? It's because we're proactive, we're experts, and we care about them. And I think everything you just said are those things. Plus, you get an entire team for the price of one, right?
Yeah.
You hire Jess on our team.
Yeah.
Jess has a listing manager, listing coordinators, a whole marketing department, and all of that is what really makes the powerful marketing and engine and sales go behind it to be able to attract buyers and convert those as well, all led by a proactive, caring expert agent. So, well, thank you so much for chatting with us today. We could talk probably forever because we're so passionate about helping our clients truly thrive. Just like you said, it's ultimately about our clients' goals. So thank you for hanging out with us today at this interview with our expert agent and sales manager, Jessica.